maybe a little melodramatic for a vampire, but I am only here in this book for the angst and Emmett's comments. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, but it's Midnight Sunday. I'm so excited. I not only have it on my Kindle, which I need to plug my iPad in, but I also have the audiobook from Audible because I found when I read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes all through the night, it really helped that I had an audiobook, and I think that's just because, if you don't know, I'm very dyslexic, and I need some help sometimes with focusing, so that really helps me like focus and get into it. So I hope the audiobook's good. Plus I listen at like 2.8 speed usually, so I will have that on. But this is going to be, for the most part, a spoiler-free review. I am going to have a little icon of Midnight Sun if I am going to discuss a spoiler in one of the corners, and I will warn you guys if there is a spoiler. But for the most part, I'm going to try to keep this really spoiler-free because I was talking to my friend, and he was like, I haven't been able to watch The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes video because I haven't read it, and you said there were spoilers in it. So I'm trying to cater to everyone. I don't know if I will do a full book review on this one, but yeah, I am going to put my makeup on. Yeah, it's gonna be a super fun day, so come along with me on this reading vlog. Sorry about the lighting. There's not good lighting at this time in Arizona, but I came to this place called Blackrock Coffee. I don't know if it's everywhere, but I got an Irish coffee, which is like Irish cream breve. I ordered the wrong thing, but that's okay. It's a free drink, so I'll drink this, and I have coffee and tea at home for later if I wanted something. Oh my gosh, the light of my phone was reflecting back there, and I thought there was a ghost, so that's fun. I'm wearing my Twilight bracelet though, with the wolf and the heart, the like crystal heart it's supposed to be. But yeah, I'm going to get this and go back home. So I am back from getting coffee, and I think I want to like reorganize or like declutter my room right now because it's really cluttery. It's not dirty, it's just like I have like stacks of things everywhere. So I think I want to do that, and then I'll eat. I think while I'm doing that, I'm going to turn on Twilight because like, why wouldn't I watch Twilight if I have an excuse? I mean, there's really no excuse ever needed to watch Twilight. I wanted to like talk about like my love for Twilight. I talked about it a little bit in my reading vlog, but I think that people look at Twilight and think like, oh, it's this or it's that, and like, yes, I can acknowledge very heavily that there are problematic elements in the story, and I think every piece of like work of literature, there can be problematic issues in the story. My thing is, Twilight's very special in my heart because, and I think a lot of people feel this way, I read Twilight when I wasn't reading, and it got me back into reading, and I've said that before, but it's so much more to me than just that. I really used Twilight as like an escapism when I first read it. I was in middle school. I think I was like in 7th or 8th grade, and I would eat lunch alone by myself every single day. I didn't have friends because I was at a new school, and I was quiet, and people just didn't feel the need to get to know me, I guess. And all my other friends were at the other middle school across town. So yeah, I use Twilight as this escape, and I think that's why it feels so much like home to me. I feel like it's a lot like me with Harry Potter, where I feel very sentimental against that because I use that as an escapism for my childhood. And I think for people to be able to acknowledge that yes, there's problematic tendencies and issues in this novel, 100% see them, And I also think that you can still love something for the nostalgia factor and be excited about new things coming into the world. In regards to Twilight, like not Harry Potter. That's a whole different subject. But yeah, I just think I wanted to say that in this vlog. I think Twilight, it has a special place in all of our hearts, that we're really big Twilight fans. But enough of the soppiness. I'm going to drink my coffee and declutter my room. Let's go.
I've been lying here for too long. I don't know what else to do. I wanna get away from every little thing just to try to...
It's here. It's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. Now my audiobook's not here on Audible, which makes no sense to me, but Midnight Sun's here, so I'm just gonna start reading right now and then wait till my audiobook comes. I don't get that, because the audiobook should be here at the same time the regular book is. You know what I mean? Because they're run by the same company, but maybe that's not like how audiobooks work, because I've never gotten an audiobook like right away. So we'll just wait. And that's my cue to go start reading. So let's go read Midnight Sun. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm not even into the book yet, and the dedication is to the readers. And the last line that says, "I hope that in the years that have passed you found your dreams and that the reality of them was even better than you hoped." And like, that really hits home, because I wrote a book and one of my biggest thoughts was if I could write a book like Twilight that changed someone's life, like Twilight changed mine, that would be like the one thing. I'm already crying and I'm not even half into the book. Stephanie Meyer, why do you do this to me? But my thing was, if I wrote a book that changed someone's life like Twilight changed my life, that's all I could ask for as an author. And I had someone the other day tell me that this book, my book, changed their life and they love reading again because of my book. And I don't know, that dedication just really hit home. So I'm gonna go into it. I'm gonna read some more. I'm gonna start the book actually, but just know, read the dedication. It's actually a really sweet one.
Make it through. I've been thinking about my options, every detail in my head, but it doesn't really matter, nothing matters, so I cry instead.
Say, this isn't really a spoiler, but I'll put a little spoiler card right here if you don't want to hear it, but if you do, it's not a spoiler. I find it really interesting that we are getting like Edward's point of view, but we're also getting a lot more of the Cullens, obviously, and their personalities. I mean, like, you only see Jasper really be this like gentlemanly kind of person towards Bella, like that southern gentleman, and you're seeing him be a different light. He's kind of more like rude to his family members, like not in a bad way, but like, you know what I mean, like you're rude to your siblings, and I like seeing this of the Cullens. I like seeing them as more than just these mythical perfect vampires Bella always gives us. So yeah, I am enjoying this book so far. I just had a thought. As I read this book, this isn't a spoiler by the way, as I read this book, I am envisioning Robert Pattinson as Edward. And if this book had come out when it was supposed to come out, I wouldn't be envisioning Robert Pattinson or the movie as these scenes are playing out. And I find that kind of frustrating, because my whole thing with Twilight is it's very, like, for me it was an escapism, and I loved it because it was like this new world, and I can imagine anyone as anyone, and I can imagine Bella as me. You know, she's kind of this character that is plain in a way that I think is genius. A lot of people don't like it, but she is portrayed in a way that anyone could relate to her in some way. Either you're clumsy or you like to read, or, you know, most readers can relate to Bella and place you in the shoes of Bella. And that was something that I always found really fascinating about the Twilight books. But now as I sit here, I'm thinking of, you know, Robert Pattinson as Edward and Kristen Stewart as Bella instead of me as Bella. So and then like Ashley Greene as Alice. So it's like, it's taking away a little bit of my imagination, which is fine, and I'm still really enjoying the book, but at the same time I'm sitting here like, what would this have been like? What would this experience have been like if I had no idea who the casting of the movie was? If I had no idea what these scenes of the movies would look like? The Amazon gods have blessed me with the audiobook. So I'm going to listen to this on like times 2.8 speed because that's what I listen to all my audiobooks on. So I'm going to do that right now. I changed into something a little bit more appropriate. If you can't tell what this says, it says Cullen Baseball 2008, Forks, Washington, home of the Thunderball. So I'm all ready to go play baseball with the Cullens.
I've been running circles, trying to catch my breath. I've been trying everything I can, but I ain't got nothing left.
Y'all, Stephenie Meyer writes so much, and I should have expected this with Edward's story because he doesn't sleep, so we're gonna get like a lot more of what he is, like what's going on in his life. But I've been listening to this audiobook since midnight, and I still have 15 hours and 44 minutes, and it's 4 a.m. and I'm listening on 3.2 speed. I'm only on chapter 13. Like, this might turn into like a 2-day vlog because holy cow, this is like almost a 700-page book. But yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. And take these out. Good evening. It's currently 6 p.m. the next day. I haven't vlogged all day because I've just been listening to the audiobook and I have a lot of b-roll already, so I thought it'd be boring to like put another b-roll shot in there. But I'm on chapter 21, so I'm almost done with the book and I'm really enjoying it. I'm excited to be done and like give like a full kind of wrap-up thought at the end. But yeah, I'm highly enjoying it. I'm hoping to finish the book tonight, that we can upload this vlog tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to continue listening and I will be back with a full wrap-up very soon. I'm putting a spoiler card right here because I want to talk about like my favorite character of the series, Miss Rosalie Hale. I always was a big Alice fan when I was younger, and I think everyone was. Everyone loves Alice. But Rose, as I got older and I reread the series, I realized that I related to Rose in different ways, and I love her. And seeing her talk to Edward about how she feels about Bella and how she feels that she can't be kind to Bella because she's throwing away everything that Rosalie could have had. And you know, that's like a big thing for Rosalie. Like, her humanity was a huge deal and she's always wanted kids. You know, it was a really, she's the one that it's the hardest to be a vampire in regards to things she's lost, even though she gained Emmett. And I don't know, I really have an appreciation for Rose, and like as she talks to Edward about Bella, you get a whole different side of her. So I just wanted to like mention that because I love her and I love all the Cullens, but she's probably one of my favorites. Edward Cullen and the rest of his family is really out here causing the North 101 pile-ups in Arizona. I don't appreciate that, Edward. How dare you? How dare you? I thought I'd dress up like I was going to Forks prom. Fitting, right? Also, this is the corsage that I wore when I got Breaking Dawn, the book, and my Barnes & Noble held a Forks prom, and this is the corsage my mom's best friend made me. Decided, in theme of the end of the book where they go to prom, why not dress up like we're in prom, or just dress up in general? But I did finish the book. I finished it about 2 hours ago, which would have been like 9 p.m. the next day, so release day August 4th, and I have to say I really enjoyed Midnight Sun. I wasn't sure if I was going to like Midnight Sun personally because it wasn't what I wanted. I really wanted either, you know, the second book to the host or Jacob and Renesmee's story, but of course this is kind of like the obvious choice of what she would do. So I really enjoyed it. Is it worth it to read it? And here's my consensus over that. It is, I would say, 85% new material. Because you're in Edward's point of view, it's very much a fresh look on the story, but you're also getting the new scenes with the Cullens and where he was when, you know, him and Bella split at the end when James was hunting her, you know, that time as well, which was really fun and interesting to see, because I always wondered that, like, what was he doing during that point? I mean, we see it a little bit in the movie, but like, I want to know because I'm curious. I'm always curious about that kind of stuff. So I definitely would recommend, if you are a big Twilight fan and you love the series, to check this book out because I think it was really worth it. Edward is such a complex and interesting creature, and I say creature because that's kind of what he refers to himself as, but he's this like moody, angsty vampire that has a moral compass, and he, you know, just wants to do like the right thing, but he always is thinking with his like monster side, he says. So I think that that's really interesting to see a like morally good vampire, because the only one I can really think of other than that is Stefan from the Vampire Diaries, but then again, he's kind of morally gray in the sense that he can go off the rails, whereas Edward's like, no, I have to be this good person or I'm going to have immense guilt later on, and that's just his personality. So I really enjoyed the book, and if you're thinking about picking up, I would highly recommend doing it. I am going to do just like a little bit of a spoiler section, so if you don't want to hear those, I would click off the video now. Thank you so much for watching my reading vlog, but if you do want to hear the spoilers, keep on watching. So some of my favorite parts of the book were definitely the moments with the Cullens. I really like that we got to see Jasper in a different light, because I feel like we only see Jasper in the way that Edward describes him to Bella and what Bella sees. That's like kind of a skewed version, because I feel like now that we know that he can manipulate the way people see people, I feel like he does that for Bella. He kind of manipulates the way he's seen until maybe Eclipse. That's another thing. I would have loved to see Edward's point of view in Eclipse. Not really New Moon, because I'm not the biggest New Moon fan. Even though I do love Jacob, I think that her constant whining about Edward is quite annoying, and he would be 10 times more annoying than this. But I would love to see his point of view of Jacob in Eclipse, because we kind of got that dynamic where he like doesn't like Jacob because he is a Quiliot, and he is even worse, Ephraim Brax. I think I said that correctly. Ephraim, the great-grandson of the chief who made the treaty, so he's very wary about him. But I loved Jacob in this. He was just so like sweet and innocent, and like this teenage boy that has a crush on Bella, and Edward's like listening to his thoughts, and I just really loved that about Jacob. I'm a big Jacob fan. I was saying to my friend, I'm a big Jacob fan in the sense that I like him as a character. Even though he does have flaws, I do like him as a character, but I never liked him as a pairing with Bella. Yeah, I like him. But yeah, I really enjoyed Edward's point of view. I loved Alice and how everyone kind of just communicates with Edward in their mind. They're like silently having a conversation, and I'm just like, you know, that's not weird or anything. If you have any other questions, leave them down below for me. Just make sure to put like a spoiler warning if you are going to give a spoiler. But I'd love to hear your thoughts about Midnight Sun, and I just want to discuss it with people because I'm back in my Twihard phase. I'm gonna head off to Forks Prom right now, but I will see you in the next one. Bye, loves.